Okay, so following the season of falling off the boat, people have been asking, but what if you fall off the boat, there's nobody on the boat and you're not holding on? Is the boat just going to keep sailing off on its own, or will it stop? What exactly is going to happen? Well, here we are once again doing the research so that you don't have to. Let's take a look. Yes, that's right, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, back on the 16. And yes, I am going to be doing some videos on other types of boats soon, just waiting for the opportunity. I am going to jump off the boat and see what happens. Stay tuned till the end, because we're going to be using some different techniques to see what happens in those scenarios. Okay, so there's only about 5 knots of wind, and we're tickling along quite nicely, so we're going to go for it even though it's not as windy as I'd hoped. I've got the boat sailing on a pretty close reach, which, you know, you might be sailing on a pretty close reach, and we've got in the support vessel, we've got Ash and Vittorio keeping us safe. We're doing these experiments in a controlled, safe environment. So then what would happen if you just fell off the boat? And off she goes. See you, lads. Well, she's going pretty well. Very good trim. You can see she's really showing no signs of slowing down there. And this is in very light winds, so if it happened in a bit more wind, would it keep going? Yes, it possibly would. But the 16 probably started going a bit better once I got off. So this is why we're doing this in a controlled environment with the safety team standing by. We can see they're coming alongside. Oh no, they're not. They're going for the top gear shot going around the boat. But even in this light winds, the boat has sailed away far enough that if you were going to try to swim back to the boat, it would be too far. And what would probably happen is, as you started catching up with the boat, it'd catch a little gust and get away from you again. So it could actually be, in the lighter wind like this, you're more likely to be separated from the boat than you would be in a strong wind, where the boat would probably stop if it was sheeted in. Yeah, so pay attention in the light winds, otherwise you could become quite seriously separated from your boat. Yeah, and there's Vittorio climbing aboard. So even in light winds, you have to have your wits about you on your boat, because one little stumble and she could just leave you behind. Okay, so this time we're going a little bit quicker, and I'm going to jump off, but this time I'm going to keep holding on to the main sheet to see what happens. Okay, so here we go once again. Woohoo! Oh, so we're flying a hole. There was a bit more wind. I think it might have capsized, but holding on to the main sheet, the boat is stopped dead in this wind. So that was all over quite quickly, I think. So now I'll go to the back of the boat, let the main sheet off, put the rudders across, because the boat has tacked, and I can now get on that back corner where, like we said in the last one, there is a lot of space at this back corner to get on. But just be wary getting on there if it is windy and you're single-handed on the boat, because you could capsize backwards if you put too much weight on that spot. Bye! And there it is, the same as last time. It just flew the hull a little bit and then turned straight into the wind. Again, because of the main sheet there. Okay, so we're now on a broad reach, sailing more downwind on a classic catamaran sailor's broad reach, and we're going to go for, with the main sheet, again I'm putting it under the conrod just to avoid any unnecessary damage, because this is a scientific experiment, of course, and let's just see what happens there. Proper broad reach, and off we go. Okay, if I don't sheet in, the boat holds its course pretty well, so if I now sheet in the mainsail, then yes, the boat heads up into wind and stops like it did the previous times. Okay, so I'm going to get back to the boat so that I can uncleat the main. Let's try an alternative route to get on. Just have to try not to wrap the main sheet on the rudder. Camera on. All right. Okay. So hopefully that was both informative and entertaining, and you got something useful from that video. I certainly did. I know a lot more about how the boat's going to react now in those situations. Yeah, so there you go. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with more on Joyrider TV. So if you're not yet subscribed, smash that subscribe button hard, and pitch poll into the like button as well, because that means more people will get to see this great work. Thank you very much.